Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Buzz. My name is Leilama Hassan, and this is the show where we get you familiar with the latest news in the Amazon and e commerce space, interview people in the industry that you need to hear from, and provide a training tip of the week that will give you serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the Amazon, Walmart, and e commerce world. Let us see what's buzzing this week. Today, we will cover a lawsuit filed by Amazon, among other breaking news pieces, get you familiar with the selling journey of our guest speaker, and then finally get into the pro training tip of the week involving tracking product ratings. Let's get started with our first news piece. So, for up first, we have
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to fill in real quick here just because Leilama's connection seems to be not going too well. But up first, we have our Amazon sponsored discount, which is a news piece coming directly from Seller Central for the buy shipping service users. Now, I am pleased to share that Amazon is offering discounts to sellers who are purchasing shipping labels through buy shipping. Now, this is to support sellers that are providing fast, on time, and tracked products to our customers. Now, you can find these discounted prices in Seller Central when selecting the shipping method marked with a blue badge that says Amazon Sponsored Discount. Now, sellers who are using Fulfilled by Merchant can now get discounts if they buy their shipping directly from Amazon. So, quick question for all you guys out there: is this discount something that you can take advantage of? Be sure to let us know in the comment section below because we would love to know. All right, moving on to our second news piece of the day. It's about this recent lawsuit coming out from Amazon filed against two companies, AppSally and Rebatest, for fostering fake reviews on Amazon's online marketplace. Now, these companies have been providing Amazon sellers with ranking services, and some of them known as search, find, buy, or things among that nature, among which they were alleged to have been giving fake reviews out of those users. So the lawsuit seeks to, and I quote, shut down two major fake review brokers that Amazon claims misled shoppers by having their members post positive reviews in stores like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, among others. Now, according to the suit, sellers would ship out empty boxes of their product and provide AppSally with the link to the product to leave a user's review. Similarly, Rebatest users would place an order on the seller's product on Amazon and leave a review. The user would later be refunded the purchase amount through services such as PayPal, which is what I'm talking about recently when it comes to like search, find, buy, or something similar of that nature. Currently, Amazon actively monitors social media sites and regularly reports abusive groups to the companies that run them. And in 2021 alone, Amazon reported over 16,000 abusive groups to social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, resulting in the groups that have an aggregate sum of around 11 million members being taken down. So we say this and we bring this up just because we want everyone to remember that Amazon is very sensitive about unfair practices such as fake review or ranking manipulation. So if you're using websites like these, or you're in a Facebook group or any sort of other social media channel that seems like it's going to be against Amazon's terms of service, do yourself a favor. Just consider it's against Amazon's terms of service and stop immediately for the sake of your business. Moving on to our third piece of the day, we have Amazon's new tool. It's a new tool that's currently in beta version. A couple of users, including our Helium 10 Elite member, Jake Paulson, let us know about this tool. This is called the Search Catalog Performance, which is seemingly only available to brand registered sellers. However, it does show data points such as your impressions of your products, your click-through rates, cart ads, conversion rates, and more. So in the description below, if you look in our YouTube video, we're going to have the link for you in order to check to see if you have this feature available to you or not. And one of the interesting things about this new feature is that you can see how many add to carts there are compared to sales. Now, some of the products that we've had up to 10 add to carts for every sale. So that's like some pretty substantial information that could be utilized within your business and something that you can use to inform your business decisions later on. So What about you guys out there? When you add things to your Amazon shopping cart, how often do you actually go through the purchase? How is that information probably going to help you in your business? Let us know in the comments below. I know that for almost everything I add to the cart, I purchase for better or for worse. I know my wallet probably doesn't like it, but that's just how I do on Amazon. So this marks the end of our news for the week. So we're going to get to our interview portion. And in this segment of Weekly Buzz, we typically want to bring on a person to interview. So I want to first begin a second portion of today's episode by introducing a person who's been killing it in the e-commerce industry for the last 23 years. So I want to welcome our Helium 10 elite member, Gina Perez.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so super happy to have you on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you get started selling on Amazon? And so, like, what you do before?
Sure. So I've been in the e-commerce space for about 23 years. So my journey with Amazon started early on with the brands that I worked for. We used it as a marketplace. I worked for sporting goods in the sporting goods industry, and we sold everything that we could that was in our catalog online. I also worked for a brand and started to launch the brand's products online. And this was earlier in the last probably 6 years. And so for the last 2 years, when I launched my own brand, is really when I've kind of gotten to the nitty gritty of selling on Amazon. I started 20 years ago, but with my own brand in 2019 is when I really started to do some research, what industry I wanted to be in. I created the brand, the logo, built the website, social media accounts, the whole 9 yards. And I actually launched and sold my first product in April of 2020. And I quit my full-time job 3 weeks before the pandemic hit and the country shut down. So I thought I'd made a mistake, but seeing as how everybody turned to ordering online, like it was kind of a blessing in disguise. And it grew faster than I had anticipated in a good way. It was a very good problem to have. But the ins and outs of Amazon is what I've really tried to focus on in the last couple of years. My brand is also available on my own website. I do Walmart and eBay and Wish and some other marketplaces, but that's Amazon's the bulk of it.
Man, that's awesome. You're like an e-com veteran out here, and I think it's really cool that even after the pandemic, I think that's what reached everyone's minds, right? It's like pandemic hit, you're like, oh man, like should I keep doing this? Little did we know it was going to skyrocket to the moon right there. So
Yeah,
that's
sure.
good to hear. So what's one thing that you would tell a new seller who might be in your shoes? I know you got started in e-commerce, so you've been in the e-commerce for a long time. But like when you were first starting off on Amazon versus the information you know now, what's some of the things you would tell a new seller who might be in your shoes when you who might have been in your shoes when you started? What's to be some advice you would tell them?
Sure. So kind of, post learning the basics of e-com, I really, hindsight, wish now I knew that trying to find information on Amazon, because it's super complicated, with ranking and your products selection and everything. And there's so many quote unquote gurus online that it's trying to find who you can trust and whose information is most valuable to you, and kind of the networking piece of it. Without sounding like a total plug, like I really appreciated Helium 10's Freedom Ticket. Like that was kind of a basic 101, and then got to a place where I felt like I was in a space where I knew I was familiar with, but also had people that I could bounce things off of. The Elite program has done wonders, because you can ask like the really hard questions. It's not necessarily basic questions, but people who've been there and done that. It's been very, very helpful. So I would say kind of the most important thing is just to find a source of information that you trust, whether it's, a different group or whatever, but find one that is reputable, not just somebody out there selling a program. Like their main business is selling a training program versus actually selling on Amazon. And if I had to say there was a close second, I would say accounting software that is Amazon focused. Like those are my two big pain points for starting out.
Wow, that's super helpful, super helpful. And I think like transparency is such a huge thing. And I think that's something we like to think that we uphold really well in our Helium 10 Elite members group. And we definitely do nerd out in there and getting into the nitty-gritty of stuff. So it's good to hear that you enjoy that stuff, because we do as well. So last question. So thinking forward in the future, what are some of your goals and dreams for your business coming up in 2022 and later on?
Sure. It's been kind of a lifelong dream of mine to have my own business, and I learned a lot from the two companies that I worked for. Fortunately, I just grew up in the e-commerce space, and so it kind of made it easy to transition. I was really, my goals were to have flexibility, in making decisions for my own brand, for my life, when and where I worked. I was already working 24/7 since 1999. Like that was e-commerce, and I've been living that for a good portion of my life. So if, my thought was, if I'm working this hard for somebody else, imagine what I could do for myself. And so my whole plan was, let's find a product and industry I want to be in that's going to make me a good living, support my family. I'm not trying to take over the world. I'm not trying to put anybody out of business. I just want a small piece of the market share. The e-commerce space is huge, and there's so many things that you can be part of. And I just wanted a piece of something that would provide me the ability to have my own business. And what happened to me kind of early on, and this is kind of year 2 going on 3, is that I got more and more invites to, do you want to sell your business? And it didn't occur to me that it would happen this soon. My plan was maybe 10 years down the road, I could kind of sell the business and then I would retire. I'm, in my
Oh, sorry, Gina. It sounds like I think you're lagging out there. I think
40s.
right now,
This is not too far away, fortunately, but I want.
Sorry,
okay?
I missed the last. All right, now you're good. All right, good. You had me holding
Okay.
in suspense. I was on the edge of my seat, so you're good now.
Yeah. Okay. What was the last thing that you heard?
That you were talking about, like, Amazon business. You didn't realize you could sell. You thought you'd be retiring in 10 years, but then that's when you cut off. So yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I just wanted to create a business that would provide for my family. I don't want to take over the world. I just want a small piece of the market. There's the e-commerce space is huge, and there's plenty to go around. I'm not trying to have 5 houses. I'm not trying to have all over the world type property. I just want to make a good living and have a good brand and ultimately sell it. I get so many calls and emails about people that want to buy the business. This e-commerce space and flipping e-commerce businesses is kind of the new real estate, and I didn't think it would happen this fast. And so that was my 10-year plan. Now I think probably within 5 to 7, I might have an opportunity to sell and flip the business and retire in a comfortable way. Like I said, I'm not looking to have $1 million houses and do all that. I just want a good space and can spend more time with my family. I feel like I've worked hard for the last 24 years, and I'm ready to call my own shots and kind of take a breath. I've just worked 24/7 for so long. Now I'm ready to take advantage of it for myself. So.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I think that's an awesome goal and dream to aspire towards, and I think that a lot of people watching this are going to heavily relate. So thank you so much for hopping on the Weekly Buzz today, and it was fantastic to meet you and get to talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So we're going to move on to our tip of the week with our pro training tip. This week, it's going to be about how you can look at tracking product reviews and ratings using follow-up. So here we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Lem Turner. I'm a brand evangelist here at Helium 10. And today, we're going to be getting into our product rating conversions within follow-up. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is actually go to our follow-up page. So we're right here. We're at our follow-up page. We see our date range right here is December 1st, 2021 to January 25th, 2022. I'm looking at the past 2 months of data here. And the reason why I want to look at the past 2 months is just because I want to give you guys a good example of how awesome our product rating conversions tool looks. So if we go here and we zoom in on the right side, you may see something new in your dashboard right here. It is our product rating conversions right there. It's going to show us our ratings received, ratings requested, and our conversion rate. Now, it's important to note that when it comes to our ratings requested, that's going to be attached to any of our automations that's literally requesting review, either utilizing Amazon's request for review template since it has their own Amazon's tag in there, or if you're utilizing the custom message template and utilizing the request for review tag within there. Now, keep in mind, if you aren't using the Amazon's request for review template, or you're not using the tag within the custom message template, and you're just sending a custom message template just asking for a review, but you don't have any tag incorporated into it, then it's not going to be pulled into the ratings requested since we don't have any means in order to pull that type of data in. Now, when it comes to our conversion rate is just ratings received divided by ratings requested. So we can see our conversion rate right here in terms of our ratings is 36.9%, which I think is pretty good. It's definitely above industry standard for us. Now, when it comes to ratings received, how do we pull that information in? So that's going to be based on your products that you're tracking within follow-up. So if we zoom out here, we're going to go right to our products tab, which you're going to see here is new. Now, you may see some current data being pulled in right there. You may see that you're already tracking ASINs, even though this is your first time to the page. Now, that's because this product review tracking enabled type of tool is talking with alerts. So if you already have ASINs that you're tracking in alerts, it's going to pull that information into here and track the same ASINs. And same thing for vice versa. If you're tracking ASINs in here and you enable it, it's going to also track them within alerts. It's not you have one or the other, you're tracking them for both. Now, in order to see all of our products in here, you can get an idea that we have all marketplaces in our product page right here. You can see Mexico, Canada, or United States. I'm just gonna go United States just to keep it easy for us. Now, we can see all of the products that we have enabled here, and we can see our review statistics and our current conversion rate. Now, it's important to keep in mind that our conversion rate is 0%. And that's because it's pulling in just the past 7 days. But if you want to look at a larger date range within there, then let's go to our coffin shelf right here. And we can go into a larger date range. Let's do the same date range I did at the beginning of this video, which was December 1st. We can see that our review rating has stayed consistent at 4.8 stars, which is awesome. We can also see a breakdown of our total reviews of the percentage and volume that's been in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars, which is really helpful for us to get an idea. What's nice here, and this is my favorite part, is I can see our conversion rate broken out by product. So I can see I've received 29 ratings out of the 216 I've requested. I can see the volume of how many I've requested during a certain period of time. So you can see we were really getting after it during the holiday season. We can see we have requested. We can see how many times I got a rating or a review. See out of those ratings or reviews, how many were 1 star, a 2 star, a 3 star, and a 4 star or a 5 star. And I really like this area. Same as how we look at this data in order to form future business decisions, we can also utilize our review volume here in order to get an idea of what is typical for our product in terms of the average that we typically see. What's nice about the rating and review summary here, and when we're tracking products, is that you don't necessarily need to have an automation running in order to track reviews. Now, if you don't have an automation running and you do enable tracking within your products, then you'll be able to see your review rating and track that information, but you will not be able to see how many you've requested. You'll be able to see all this other information, but you won't be able to see how many you've requested just because you're not pulling in information from your automations, which is why we recommend that you do have automations running, just because that's going to maximize the value of your content. Now, when we come to here, it's really easy just to start enabling products. Now, it's literally just as easy as we can see this product is disabled, enabled to get access to review, ratings, and statistics. We're going to click on enable. It's going to take some time for that to pull in that information. Boom, we see it's already enabled. Now, keep in mind though, this information is forward watching. So that means from this date on, it's going to start tracking your reviews, tracking your ratings, and give you an idea of your statistics. It's not going to pull in historical information like I mentioned earlier. Now, what's nice about this is that we can see all of our information compiled here. We can go back to our main tab, which is in our dashboard, and see it all within there, which is super helpful for us to see in terms of the efficacy of how our ratings and reviews have been acting for all of our products. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Awesome. Hopefully you saw some good facts in that video and something that you're going to be able to implement, and maybe even go to our follow-up tool and check out for yourself, see how your products are doing, see how the conversion rate of your products is doing, and let us know, is it looking good? Is it maybe something you need to improve? Then look in the learn videos and see how you can go ahead and improve your product review rate today on follow-up. So lastly, before we sign off, I want to mention Helium 10's guide to selling on Walmart, Project W. Now, you can just go ahead and visit helium10.com/project-w to learn how to take your Amazon products and start selling them on Walmart.com's 120 million monthly users. Now, that's it for our weekly buzz this week. Don't forget to like the video if you're watching on YouTube and to subscribe to our channel to get updates from us. And I'll see you next week, same time, same day, same time.